10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. How is everyone today?
Great.
You're doing good.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Utaka. I'm one of the hosts here at the Horror Hour, and today we got a huge panel, and we're gonna talk episode 7 of From. We actually kind of got some answers. So, with that, first off, my co-host RJ, how are you?
What's going on? Doing good. How you doing?
Not too bad. And then we've got Desiree. How are you?
I'm great. Ready to get into it.
Why does Jade have to be nice this episode? Anyways, Jay, how are you?
Doing great, man.
Awesome. And Killer Cam.
What's up? Ready to get into it. They're talking.
Right? There was so much communication in this episode. I was actually really impressed. And so this one's called Belly of the Beast. And the basic synopsis is Boyd and Kristi seek to capitalize on a new discovery. And Jim finds an unlikely ally in the volatile Randall. I'm going to stick with that name. I think it works.
It works. It fits.
You know? So I think we kind of start off where we left off the last episode, which I knew they were going to do something like this. And so we had Kristi and Fatima talking in the clinic about how she's pregnant. And, you know, at the beginning of the episode, we don't get much into it except that, well, she's worried. And so before that all plays out, what did you all think?
The timing.
Yeah. Terrible. Terrible timing.
I know. I want to say congratulations, but
I don't know what I want to say.
Yeah.
and didn't one of you guys mention that before? It was like people always get pregnant in this situation, and then we were like,
You're responsible.
And sure enough, what happened? Somebody jinxed it.
I mean, let's be serious. I am looking at this town. I don't think there's any protection in this town. So, I mean, it's going to happen.
Pull out.
neither is their formula, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Dang, yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Or diapers.
Just in case.
No diapers,
Or
nothing.
diapers. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
so I'll start with the main part of this episode, which dealt with Boyd, Kristi, and Kenny, but you also still had Ellis, Fatima, and Elgin and Mary kind of in the beginning, and that's where we see the dead Smiley Man still outside, just chilling, which I thought was quite humorous. I thought it was odd that they just, again, left him and just let him stay there. So they go out, they inspect the monster, and Boyd wants to dissect the monster, and Kristi agrees. So first off, I would say I would be game. How about you all?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I feel like in this situation, you need to know your enemy. And the best way to do that is to study the enemy. I was intrigued when Boyd cut his neck and he didn't bleed. I think I had mentioned that the previous episode. And for me, I want to know if you're human like humanoid and you're not bleeding, what are you? So I think the smartest thing to do would be, I don't know if I would necessarily take that thing in the house and have it there during the nighttime, because we don't know if it has regenerative properties or anything. You don't know. I would have definitely took it out back and dissected it.
Okay, all right.
So my theory, well, not theory, my thing is I would have, I don't know, asked one of y'all or something or someone else to like take an axe or something, just chop his head off and then take the body inside.
Okay.
So then you can have the head outside, you don't have to worry about getting bit or anything, and then you can just leave the head there. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Damn, that's a good idea.
That would have been
Wonderful
smart, but it would
torso.
have robbed us of a good little jump scare. But that's true. I totally agree. I thought it was interesting that they're like, we're just gonna take the whole thing. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, dummies.
Mhm.
I wasn't with that at all. Now, one thing I will say is, I get Kenny's apprehension, but it was a little bit too much for me, if I'm being honest. Like,
Oh yeah, Kenny was being a bit of a diva, and maybe it's
Yeah.
because he was wearing regular size pants. Did any of y'all notice those jeans actually fit?
He actually had some regular pants on for once. No high waters, no nothing.
No
Well, wasn't
baby
it ever
pants.
since he told Boyd off that he had those pants? I believe. I don't know.
So
Who
the
knows?
bigger
Maybe.
he gets, the longer his pants get.
But yeah,
What
I
is
mean,
growing
Elgin
up?
seems off about it, but Kenny, he is just royally pissed, and he is throwing a fit about it. And which it's funny because he's like, "Oh, what about the worms?" I'm like, "You didn't even believe his ass had worms in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yes,
Now
had
you're
no
concerned."
clue. Oh, and was wrong, loud and wrong.
Loud and wrong. When is Kenny ever right? Bro, I hate Kenny. I'm sorry.
It's fair. Kenny
hate
deserves
Kenny.
it most of the time.
But the actor, though, he knows
Yeah.
what he's doing.
He does. Yeah,
is
no.
doing a good
I think you
job.
can if your character is supposed to, well, I think if there's a character that you really want to hate and they're pulling it off to where you're getting these emotions, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting
Definitely.
pissed, which is again props to Jade, but if you're getting pissed, they are doing. Yes, I would agree. But I fully expected, Kenny to just like stomp away or something like a kid.
Like a
I really
child.
did.
No,
I absolutely did with the way
Arms
he was.
folded.
Yes.
Fine, take it in there then. See if I care. Like that's the energy he was putting out there. I don't like that, man. I don't.
And then we've got Mary going through or Mar. I think it's Mari. Every time I look on
Her
IMDb
name is
and I listen to how
Marielle.
they say it, I don't know.
Her name is Marielle, but they call her Mari.
Okay, Mari.
Yeah.
She's going through some withdrawal symptoms, which we kind of had a feeling would happen. I mean, and she is not looking so good. Like she's going through it.
Oh, I thought you meant the hair. Okay, never mind.
Well, I mean,
She looked rough.
that too.
Yeah, she looked rough.
She looked
Yeah, she's
hella
gonna turn
rough.
into a
Hell.
Muriel,
Yeah, she's
if she doesn't stop them drugs.
yeah.
It's gonna age her.
She's pale and she's her eyes and she just everything is just
She's not well.
and okay, so you're supposed to be a doctor, Kristi, and you didn't catch that?
Again, third year med student. Calm down.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't know. No, there's no way you should have missed that as a third-year med student. This is why I said she's not a do. If I code, do not call that woman. Terrible.
I can't.
I think she's
I think she's the only one that you can trust though, because I know she's 3 years in, but who else?
You at the bottom of her class.
Yeah, I mean, I get it though. I get it.
But to be
Not far.
fair, though, I mean, her girlfriend just relapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When she went
Man.
missing, so it's kind of like a new thing, I guess. So I guess you can kind of miss it in a way.
And I mean, the stress
kinda
of
caught
it
up in other
just happened
things.
also. I mean,
Yeah.
she did just patch Ellis up. So, I mean, there's a lot
That's
going
true.
on within this short period of time. If she's not paying attention to her girlfriend, who shouldn't have
live
been.
with her and in the same bed, and you missed that?
I'm not your mama.
I respect that, Cam.
Hey, babe, I don't feel well. I think the withdrawal's kicking. Okay, let's go lay down. Let's not be remedial. Come on. Monsters versus you throwing up.
Mm-hmm. Get
Don't
yourself
stop
a
acting
cold
like a
towel.
baby.
Go lay down. You know what to do.
That's all we got.
Yeah,
She's only been clean for less than a year, almost a year, she said.
Yeah,
For
I
a
think she
year.
was almost
Yeah.
a year. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
and she
statistically,
relapsed
would've
because
relapsed anyway.
Yeah, it's unfortunately a part of the process of healing from drugs.
They need to
Alright.
keep a closer eye on her because I feel like I don't know. This is not going to end well, I don't think, for her.
I think she's like cannon fodder. So, again, yeah,
I mean, it kind of is hard though.
It
You
is
don't
kinda
really
hard.
know. Everyone looks different physically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And let's
Some
Okay,
people
so
have you fooled.
y'all know I'm in social work, so I have patients on my cohort that are struggling with addiction. If I can spot it for people that I barely know, that I see for 1 month and then I pass them on to medical case management, I feel like it's very easy to spot if you truly know the person. Changes in behavior, mood swings, lack of appetite, little things like that, especially she already has. It's one thing we didn't know if her fiance didn't know she had a drug problem, but to already know that she was struggling with this before and to not catch it, to me, I don't know if that was just like, I don't want to say bad writing or a different writing choice, but I wish they would have just said, I wish they wouldn't have said that she wasn't aware that she relapsed, or because she said she was on her way to rehab. Like, how do you not, that's what I'm saying? There's not like,
Yeah.
I just feel like, Kristi doesn't connect dots well. And I think that's what irritates me about her a little bit.
I think she
Yeah, but
also is in a shitty environment.
Yeah,
Terrible
she
environment,
can't be
yeah.
responsible for every single person. And that's just normal life. We don't see everything, not because we don't care. It's because we got our own stuff we're dealing with in our brains and in real life. So, again, I'm not your mama.
And I've met Hollywood actors who clearly have drug issues just because you read about it, but looking at them, it's hard unless
Some
you
people
sit
are
down and
functional.
actually ask.
Functional.
Yeah. Just like a functional alcoholic, you just never know.
And to be honest, though, again, that was really a high tense situation with Ellis. But we pick back up though, which I think it's nice that Boyd reassures Kristi that she'll be all right. But honestly, I think Boyd's like, I just want to cut into this. So let's shift that focus, which is fine. But I do like that, they bring him in just right there. And because obviously, it's the town, they don't really have certain supplies. I was dying when I saw like the old school, like cleaning gloves.
Oh yeah.
Like I was just like, oh my God. They look like they were kids about to play doctor. I was just like, what is all right, okay. And of course, as soon as they cut in, it flinches. So did that get anybody?
Of course. Terrifying.
Yes.
Really?
Oh. It's like, oh my God.
That's probably the first time I ever got hit with like a real jump scare in this show. I feel like that's the first time I was genuinely like, like I vocalized my fear.
Yeah.
So did I.
They did good. They got me. They definitely got me.
You got me a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah, no, I did.
Die.
I'm pretty good actually. Like not actually, no, that scene actually got me because it was unexpected.
Yeah.
I like unexpected.
It takes a lot for me to jump. I chuckled, but also I figured they were going to pull that.
Yeah.
But of course, as soon as that happens, Kenny has, temper tantrum part 2. Again, I crack up because, Kristi's like, I can't do this without you. And he's like, I love you. And she's like, it's not about that. I was like, oh, poor Kenny. You just getting it.
Kristi, you saw Kristi pull out the V card. She was like, I know how to get him in there. You saw her brain go through, okay, this right. Okay, you have in there. So,
Mm-hmm.
come on,
it was
man.
calculated. Like, I mean, it was smart though, but I chuckled.
They
You
could
saw
have done
his
it without
face.
him.
They could have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
If he protested that hard, why would you go? Like, hey, y'all do this, I'm not gonna be there. And he should have just rolled out. Why even go in the room?
Yeah, I mean, he's done plenty of times where he's just like bounced. He's like, I'm not dealing with it.
Yep.
And I get that somebody got to be the cautious one. Somebody's got to be the one. Because you ever think, let's say if all 5 of us have an idea to do something that's kind of like crazy. Out of 5 people, there should be one person that, like, are y'all sure y'all want to do this? So I get him questioning it, especially under the circumstances. Like, they literally have never seen anything that has killed these monsters. Bullets don't do it. I'm pretty sure they don't fought, then throwing rocks, and I'm pretty sure that this was the only thing that's worked ever. in the history of like decades that we know of. So this place could be ancient. We don't know.
RJ, if I ever saw someone throw a rock at one of those creatures, you can stay on that bus.
You got to do what you got to do.
That is the dumbest thing. If I ever saw that, I swear, you can go on the bus. Get out.
Sometimes you got to go prehistoric. Sometimes you don't got nothing left.
No, I think I'm going to have to agree with Jay on this one. I'd be like, what is this fool doing?
That would have meant that you were outside. What are you doing outside? Hey, Mr. Monster, over here.
Listen, it's not that many places to, get it on. So maybe you snuck out to get it on somewhere and you lost track of time and now it's dark.
This isn't Friday the 13th. Ain't nobody going out in the woods to get it on.
What did Deborah Cox say? Love can make you do some crazy things. You never know.
And you deserve
exactly. You better make it count. You better make it a good one.
Better be a good
all
one.
the stuff. Your life
my God.
might be the last time you get to do it.
You deserve your fate.
So we see that, Mari comes out of her room looking for Kristi. She sees the body is no longer there. She freaks out. She goes looking for somebody, finds Boyd, which then they see Smiley Man, and Kristi sees the music box as Boyd shooting, which, as we know, that does nothing. And then we see it jump at her and she wakes up. So I find it interesting now that she's seen the music box. So I wonder what that means.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think we now know that you don't have to have the worms in you to see the music box. It can just be anybody because everyone's having different types of visions and things going on in their heads. So I don't know.
Yeah, that was my question at first too, was like, do you have to? I couldn't remember who else saw the music box outside of Boyd. And if it was a connection to the worms that he had under his skin. So I guess not.
Yeah, no, it was, I was like, okay, all right. And I honestly was like, when she woke up from the dream, like, because Boyd's never mentioned the music box, right?
I don't believe so.
I think he mentioned it once.
Did he? Oh, okay. That's where I wasn't sure.
Kristi, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, how would she have known? So it was, why would she be dreaming it? But again, strange places. I do. And so then they start working on the body. Kenny comes in to help, like, okay.
Loser.
I wouldn't go that far. He's no Jay. But
he's starting to become. Hey, Jay about to replace him. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's true. That's
you about to replace Jay? No.
Kenny about to replace Jay. Yeah, Jay's fine now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's true. So they open the body up. They see they have the same anatomy, but it is just bone dry. All those organs are just. Literally, they look like they could be dust at a certain point. And so now it's Kristi's turn to lose it, which I totally get it. And she just starts hacking at it, which get that rage out. Just get it out. And then you see she punctured the gallbladder. And so you start to see the bile come out. I'm like, okay, all right. And they're all like, oh, that's something. I'm like, you don't even know what it is. Like, what? Okay, all right, yeah.
His voice was very like, when you give somebody a participation trophy, it was like, oh yeah, that's good, right, good. And I was like, boy, shut the fuck up. Like I said, you don't even know what it is. You're just saying shit now. You just be saying anything.
Did anybody else kind of catch a flashback of like Blade 2, where they opened the vampire? And
it
was dry?
Yeah.
I wanted them to actually and see if blood did anything, because if they drink and eat things, they have to have bile to digest it. So maybe he was hungry, and that's why he was not juicy on the inside.
I was wondering, maybe the worms took all that, like all of the blood and just.
That's what I was thinking too. Like it dissolved his whole body. Like, I don't know.
And just ate him from the inside. It was. I'm hoping we get to find more about that. So then, as they start as they're finished with that, Boyd and Kenny kind of have a nice talk. They seem cordial. He's like, "You can have that badge back," and Kenny's like, "No." I mean, he doesn't even say that. He's just like, and walks off.
He made the right decision. He made the right choice.
Yeah, for himself. Yeah,
for himself. That's the best decision he's made.
Emotionally, still not there yet.
Yeah.
And that's not to say maybe he won't be there one day, but right now, you just go ahead and find something else to do.
He's not as mature as he thinks he is, I think.
No.
He's just not there yet. Yeah.
I think he's still not over losing his dad.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's also a curiosity type
too.
thing. Like, what else happened to you to be in this state? Like, come on.
I don't know if I'll be making sense out of this, but okay.
Yeah.
They're not doing. Look, there are some other shows out there that are worse writing. So, Kristi goes to comfort Mari, and then that's when she tells Kristi about the music box. So that was I liked that also only because we did kind of get to see the insides of the monster. We got to see. Hopefully, we know of a way that, well, they can be killed. But I think the other thing that nobody's thinking about is, well, who's going to get more of that blood? The worms in their blood. Oh, wait. Sarah still has them.
Does she?
We haven't seen her we haven't seen the worms in a while.
Yeah.
But I don't think she transferred it to anyone.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen her do that.
We don't know. She says after she went through the tree, she ended up in the basement, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I don't necessarily know if I believe that because she looks completely refreshed. She looks like a different person. I'm not saying like looks, amazing, but think about how she looked after she killed the brother. She was, ragged and, she just looked exhausted. She looks a lot more lighter. And she looks more, I guess, at peace. I don't want to say at peace. Her vibe is just different. Go back and look at season.
She looks more like she has color to her because
there you go. That's what
first, like she kind of was pale in the first season.
Yeah.
Look like a witch, I guess.
Say. There's color in her face now. I don't necessarily know if I believe that because she hasn't had a single worm thing. And
we haven't spent much time with her, to be honest.
Yeah, but we had a whole episode with her. Like she was really the main character. Right? Yeah, wait.
I don't think the worms are gone. I don't think, to be honest. I just don't think. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I think those voices will come back.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, the worms will come back and the voice will start.
Here's my other theory too with that. I think that Elgin might have worms too. Now that you say it, because like he's been here before. And think about it, like he still doesn't reveal something, so I think he has something in him too. And if other people had worms, more than one person, I mean, it's just suspicious with Elgin the way he's talking and the way he's saying things. And why is he not saying a lot? He's saying stuff, but he's not saying that much.
He's on my list
gave at the beginning of the episode that literally said, "I don't trust you. You not saying something. You know more than what you're saying." And we already kind of figured that, but this episode, he just had a look on his face at the beginning where you were like,
Well, I think also part of it though is he couldn't remember his dream, and we'll come back to that. I don't think Victor is, but I think we all know. Well, aside from
there's a couple.
Yoga lady.
I have someone new on my list that you guys are probably gonna be like, no.
I will say so. Now we see a little bit of at Colony House, Donna and Dale apologizing for what he did. He feels he wasn't wrong about the others because he's a dick. Donna makes sure to keep him locked in the room. Locked at protest, but my favorite thing is when Donna calls Dale a fuckwad, and it did make me laugh really hard. I was like, yeah, no, she's right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lucky he doesn't get the box.
He should get.
He should have.
He really should.
He should.
But I think
that was just careless. Like not careless. That was just.
It was reckless.
No, you're right.
Go around accusing people.
That was careless and reckless.
He just didn't have an excuse for it, you know?
Stop it. That's funny.
Are
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
What? No way.
Yeah.
What?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That would have
That's
been
what makes
fun
it
seeing
funnier
the
to
work,
me.
dude.
Really? That's crazy.
I
I
love,
love
that.
that.
Wow. The things you learn.
And so then we move on to the Matthews family and Mama Tien.
I know where you're going with this.
I know. They're making breakfast. Ethan wants to see Victor. Jim's being his jerk self. Doesn't want him to go. He feels that he and Tabitha should be on the same page, which that pissed me off. I'm like, you guys were about to get a divorce because you didn't communicate. So
Right.
why does she need to be on the same page with you?
And you're acting like an idiot. Like,
Touche.
Like, I
You
was just
undermined
not
me.
about having that. I was like,
Mm-mm.
I wasn't having that either.
I was like, sir, you can
Same,
have
you
several
talking.
seats.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, hypocrite here, buddy.
He was a
it's just the
hypocrite.
entitlement.
Yeah.
It's just sheer entitlement. Like, you have to do this because I say so. You have to listen to me because I say so. And I'm like, dude, you are crazy.
Does
You're not-
anybody
I
like
mean,
Jim? Like,
you're smart, but
that-
you don't have common sense. Like, come on.
I feel like if you're gonna lead, you need to lead the right way. I feel like Jim just be doing shit. You know?
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, I think he definitely wants to get out for sure, and I think he wants to save his family. But I think he still needs to be the one in control, even though he's not. But he's that alpha type that you can't tell no to.
Yeah, and I think that's what
I agree.
also is that what Lisa has, that ego along with that desperation. So it's making his attitude worse because it's like, I never heard him talk to Tabitha like that. You know, he says some things, but it's like, no, you need to. It's like, you know, because if I said that to her, to Des, she'd be looking at me like, excuse me. So like,
Oh.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, you gotta find a different way to approach people. Like, we know we're all tired, desperate, but you can't talk to your ex-wife or about to be ex-wife like that, no matter what.
And I think
Well, you know what it is? It's his like I said last time, it's his obsession with this experimentation. He's like they're watching us, and we have to keep the kids
all because of that
up.
voice too. That's why he's so sure. You know, Jim is from Fromville's Tyrion.
Oh, I love Tyrion.
I liked Tyrion. I don't know. No, that's giving Jim a compliment. Let's no. Tyrion was a devious little bastard, but he knew what he was doing.
Oh, yes.
They have changed. I would agree. They switched roles. Dale talked
about Ellis's last season. Wait, what?
I gotta go back and watch.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. But
I want to say I agree with like you and Desiree. I think that this whole Jim being annoying is coming from his confidence in that he's going to figure this out. He's absolutely sure that this radio tower is the right way to go, and never mind.
It's the only way to go.
This radio tower is the only way to go, and I feel like it's still like when you know you're sure of something and you don't want to hear anything else. Everybody's ideas are wrong. They're stupid. This is what we're going to do. And I think that he's so sure that he's making the right decision that he doesn't want to hear anything Tabitha does that doesn't align with what he wants to do.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's a control freak. I mean,
absolutely.
Like,
yeah, he's a control freak.
Even when he was interacting with Randall, I remember writing down like, "Hey, this is what it is," and he's like, "No, this isn't what it is," and he's like, "Okay, like it doesn't matter, Jim. You're doing stuff that doesn't help the situation. It makes no bearing on making things better in any way. So it's like, it don't matter how you phrase it. What you're asking is not helping anything. So it's just kind of like,
Man, I didn't realize Dale was that big of a piece of shit. By the way, Whew.
Right.
Yeah, Dale's low key an antagonist. Like he's definitely not a protagonist of the show.
Oh, now seeing. Oh, okay. Well, I'll hold that thought then. So then obviously we see Jim partner up with Clandle in a sense because he's using his drone, almost hits him, and so Jim hops on the bus talks to him about the drone, thanks him for saving him, even though I will say low-key, though, that was Tabitha's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say that was all her.
100.
I agree.
But Jim thinks that the drone could be used to be helpful for them getting out of there. And so they're heading to the RV, bonding, and that's when Jim says he thinks this is one big experiment, which I actually agree with him on this. They're looking for additional supplies to make a new antenna, and this is when, you know, I'll say Randall this time because he does pose a good question, even though he's a jerk. You know, you're asking the wrong questions. You never thought some folks would be in on it to keep the experiment on track. And that's
this is
so
what
true.
I've been talking about. Yes, this is what I've been saying. Now, with that said, you guys are going to hate me, but doesn't Donna seem kind of suspicious? I'm sorry. Just with the way that she reacted.
Blasphemy!
I know. I
Des, no.
Listen, Ray, you have to go. You gotta go.
Des is right. Des is right. Because who the hell celebrates bringing a baby into this situation?
Yes.
This is not a miracle. She is a keeper, and I think Randall is one, and there's one more too, and they're agitated. They're one set to keep the peace, one set to create the conflict, the food shortage from the rain, everything spoiling. Now, this is about to get bad. This is about to go full destruction mode because now that's why she went in there and got in Randall's butt on that episode.
I am not having this up on this day.
Absolutely
not.
Des, you peeped it. You peeped it, didn't you, Des? I was like, nah, this is a break in character than what we know Donna to be.
I'm telling you, yes.
How so? Because Donna's always like big events. Remember with like obviously the whole marriage thing, Donna was happy. How they also celebrate their, you know, their anniversary there and have party. Oh. No, you know what? No, I still think that's part of Donna's character.
But y'all running out of food and y'all are bringing a baby into the situation. There's no formula.
Donna is.
Fatima, we don't even know if you got chicha milk. We don't even know if you're gonna produce that. This is not a good thing.
Cam, that's exactly what I said to Jake when we were watching it. I was like, what if she can't breastfeed? What about formula? You know?
Yeah.
Donna is smarter than this. I mean, yes, congratulations, but at the same time, there was no like look of worry in her face a little bit due to the circumstances that they were in. I understand wanting to hold on to hope, but she is the realist.
Yeah.
She's super excited. She's like, we're going to have a baby shower. Like,
she's next in line after Boyd. Let's be real.
I'm telling you.
There's a reason why they're kind of picked to be the leaders or whatever. But this is just, it's just not with Donna's character, especially after somebody just stabs someone in the chest in the house. Like, this is not safe.
Yeah.
Someone's getting paid. A couple people are getting paid to be moles in there.
Okay, now y'all got me.
I'm still nope. I don't think it's Donna.
But
it's Yoga Lady.
Look,
Yoga Lady.
This is done on.
She's one of them.
What media
this
is
used
saying,
to be one of my jobs.
I do believe that there may be more than one person. I don't think they necessarily have to know each other, because I feel like that's kind of the best way to not get caught is to, you know, not know like your partner. You know, like let's say the experiment people send two people in there for chaos, one for good, one for chaos. They don't necessarily have to know each other, because if one gets caught, they may go give up the other one if they get tortured or something like that. So I don't.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's better if they don't know.
But
it's like those prison experiments, sending people in. Like, I know this person's not a prisoner, and I'm not even going to rat them out.
60
No,
days
you know
in,
who it
60
is.
days in. 60
Look.
days in.
60 days in.
I don't want Donna to be, part of this whole thing.
Man.
But unfortunately, it is suspicious, because I was watching this too. I have to agree with Des and Cam, because I'm like you, Yutaka. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to believe it. No, don't tell me that. But we still have to be honest with ourselves in this situation, because if Donna's like kind of luring people to do something destructive or something that's going to happen, or she's giving us clues, then she might be one of the keys to this whole thing. And that's bad.
She's the only one that doesn't want to go home. She's content with where they're at. Let's stay, people. Let's make the best.
Isn't that because she also killed her sister, though? Or watched her sister die?
But
She made it up.
She told us that. Do we know that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe she made it up, but I don't know.
Because here's the thing: in these type of situations, there's an overseer, which I think is Donna. There's an agitator, and then there's the person who collects all the information and brings it back to the collective. If I don't know who you are, but I know I'm the overseer, and you come into the town starting smack, then I know, okay. Which led being on the bus and why she got at him, because she's like, much too soon. You cannot do this. You see what's happening here.
With everything you all are saying, I'm going to tell you who I think it is.
Okay.
Because you're pretty much talking, though, in a sense, about somebody who has been there, can go undetected, nobody's going to question. I think
Sorry.
Victor's childlike, he wouldn't even know if he... That's true. I think it's Kenny's mom.
Somebody said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would buy that.
Because
I could buy
nobody messes with her in town. Nobody messes with her at Colony House.
She sees all.
People
Says
open up when they're
Always the
eating
quiet
social.
ones that you got to watch out for. Those be the ones that, like, the janitors that literally just be quiet and doing their job and mopping. When I was in college, when I was working for a cleaning company, when I tell you I knew everything because I was invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot that, but I don't know. That could also be a stretch. I really don't think it's Donna or Victor or her. I think she's most likely when I think about that. But I do think there were probably, I feel that there have been people that we've lost that were in on it and we just didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
What was father's name? The minister. I think he was in
Cadre.
Evil anyway.
I think I could say that too.
Yeah.
What if it's somebody that we haven't met yet? That's kind of like a side character that's in the background that has like one or two lines. Like, what if it's someone like that we haven't met? Because think about it.
Those mean people that wouldn't give Sarah her jacket.
Yeah, it probably is one. like they wouldn't give her a dead brother's jacket. But I feel like it may be somebody in the background that we haven't met yet because we've seen too much of everyone's perspective with them trying to get home. Like, we know it's not Boyd because he was trying to get home. We know it's not Jim and Tabitha because they were digging for answers. The only people we really don't know or seen a perspective of trying to get home, it could be Kristi because she's such a terrible doctor. Maybe she's trying to keep everybody unhealthy so that way they can't go looking for answers.
Oh, there you go, Anna. Eye patch lady.
That's
true.
Eye patch lady. Yeah.
I think that had him in plain sight.
I'm real. See now, this is what makes me excited about the show. As soon as he said that line, I was just like, okay. Now, granted, does it need to be episode 7? We could have had this a little bit sooner.
We had already figured it out, though.
Well, yeah, but it's still nice to hear it to have that validation. But I'll move on so we don't get is Boyd infected. Why is it?
I think he released something.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, well, I'll go because Victor also said something that I had a feeling because they said it in the episode prior to. So Victor is trying to push Ethan away because it's safe for him because bad things happen to his friends. And again, yes, Victor
cracks me up.
But I adore Victor, but he feels bad.
When he told Ethan about them dry ass markers that he brought,
that was his way to
He said, "Hey, RJ," he said, "You know, you gave me that dry marker, right?"
That was petty.
That was funny.
But to Victor, that was his way, though. I felt when he said that because I was chuckling. I was like, that's his way to be like, okay,
Yeah.
And so they start.
And he was so serious about it too. That's what made it funny. Like,
that was funny.
Normally, etiquette tells you even if you get a bad gift, you don't say shit. The markers you gave him was dry, right?
People just don't have those social cues.
He acted like that man told him bad weed or something. Like, he was like, that shit was dry, right?
Victor took out the backbone. So
it was a good moment, though. But it kind of
he had to get one more in.
But
Victor be lighting Ethan up. I love it.
I will say though, again, he mentions the one thing I caught too, which I think they said earlier too, because of the seasons, is Victor mentions that He did. You know, the leaves are turning, which is strange because that never happens.
Yeah.
And he does say when things change here, it's usually bad things.
Yeah.
Which here's why I also don't think Victor's the mole. I think he's part of the experiment. Like,
yeah, he's too innocent. It's
I
not the
think they
fact that
let
he's
him
too
stay
innocent.
there.
It's not that he's innocent. It's just the fact that like he knows a lot already, and you know he's had a lot of proof that he's been there, whatever. But I think that something will happen is he's holding on to something precious too, and someone's telling him like, hey, you have to do this, and you can't say much because you have to let him figure it out for whatever reason, or else we'll take away the thing that you love, when whatever that is. I don't know, but I also think this is tied to the house falling, because when the house fell, I think that the leaves started changing after that, and then something else happened too. I forgot.
It was the rain.
So yeah. So I don't know.
I feel like, just thinking about it, and I'm just throwing this out here, I feel like Victor's mom, what if she worked for them? And how did you know that he's about to kill everybody? And told your son where, like, you told him where to hide, and
That's interesting.
And
good
think
point.
about
That's
it.
a good point.
He doesn't have social skills, so he wouldn't really survive out in the real world. Nobody's there to hold him, so he has no incentive to really leave. And he probably is there not as a official member, but as a what do you call a CI, basically somebody who just.
Oh no, I think he's been experimented on. Like, I don't think.
Yeah. Same.
He doesn't have many memories. He I don't know yet. Still thinking on that.
I agree. He's just kind of vivid some moments. Like he just looks like he's like kind of like, wait, I remember, but wait, no, I don't remember.
Yeah. And then we have Jade and Tabitha. Jade is at least he's at the bar. Just I'll give him credit. He's keep him to himself for once. And so they talk about, they do have a good conversation where, Tabitha was, asking him why wasn't he surprised when he found her yelling and screaming in the woods. And he admits he found that to her that Jim found him in a similar state. And he talks about all the things that he's been seeing. And this is where, Jade is telling her about not only also seeing the Civil War, Christopher, and then now we've got what else was the puppet too. I don't think he mentioned the creepy ass puppet, and then the signs. And I chuckled where like Jade thought he had something. He's like, oh, here's Christopher. And you see, I was like, oh yeah, that's Victor in the photo. He's like,
well, I didn't
basically called him slow. Like, yeah, duh.
that made me chuckle. And then that's when Tabitha lets him know that she's seen children and she thinks she's being punished for when she lost their baby when he was a few months old. I thought that was kind of dark.
I hate that she feels like that.
Yeah, no, that was dark.
That was sad.
But then Tabitha comes across the book, looks at the symbols, and that's when she tells Jade she's seen them in the tunnels, which I just know that's bad. I just know one of them's going to go back in the tunnels.
Yeah, I think it's going to be both Tabitha, Jade, and probably Victor. Could be wrong.
Tabitha she can't keep her mouth shut when she's in those tunnels.
She's so damn loud in them tunnels, man.
I know.
Yeah.
She's like a walking megaphone.
Yeah.
Like, I think if anybody's going to go in the tunnels, it's going to be Boyd. I feel like he's a leader, and he's not going to let anybody. He's not going to let anybody do anything that he wouldn't do himself. So, if he doesn't go, it's going to be because somebody took his place. Yeah, I think Boyd is a leader.
The one time Kenny steps up and then Kenny gets killed.
I hope
shouldn't be laughing, but that makes me laugh thinking about that.
Gosh.
Yeah, that was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
we
even if
know
he does
Victor's
get killed,
not
I
like
kind of
that.
don't see.
We know he's delayed.
Yeah.
He has delayed growth, and we know he's not like that. So Jay saying that just kind of like really irked me because Victor's an innocent person. Like he didn't do anything to anybody.
Yeah, no, I mean for the most part, Victor keeps to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we seen Victor around the creatures? That much? I don't think we have.
Haven't we seen him like? Well, no, because he's usually hiding out. Well, hold on, wait. We did in the tunnels.
Okay. Well, okay.
That was
We
it.
did when he was trying to get what's her face out of Colony House when they attacked.
Julie, how did he know how to get out them tunnels?
Well, didn't he say he'd been down there before?
Well, he's been there before. Yeah, he's been there, but then he's claimed he forgot. But yeah, he has been down there before.
He was a kid.
But how would he hide there if the monsters were already there?
Yeah.
Well, they have to. I don't know. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
No! Watch Victor be a mole.
No.
Maybe he knew to be quiet. I don't know.
Maybe he's really good at acting, and maybe it's gonna be like a swerve at the end of the series where he's like, "Yeah, I'm really not." Like,
poor Ethan.
I still don't trust Victor. I just want to see what happens with him because I just don't know what he has going on.
Yeah,
I would hate that. Poor Ethan. He'd be like, "I thought you were my friend."
Yeah.
That's true.
Tabitha did. Okay.
Oh well.
Wait, no.
She had to because he forgot, right? He forgot which way to go when he was.
Yeah, he got scared.
So who knows? And then I know
she had to talk him through it though, because she had to like, no, we have to get out of here. Which way? Think. I don't think Tabitha let him. She boosted him up to like, yeah, you can do this. You know how to get out. I don't think I gotta go back and watch. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that. And we kind of already talked about again, Donna being happy that Fatima was pregnant. You all are like, absolutely not. So, we'll see how that turns out. I still don't think she's sus, but we'll see. But
it's just an odd reaction.
Well, I mean,
given the circumstances.
Yeah, but
by itself, it's fine. But with other things we've seen, it doesn't track.
Well, even from the actor's perspective, when you look at a script and you see that, and given the circumstances, it's like, even if she was to pretend to be happy, you would still see some sort of some worry, that, oh, okay, congratulations. But then it's like, oh,
well, I think
food is running out as it is.
Yeah. And I mean, they always make through from Donna's, words, but also, Fatima's like, it's medically impossible, which I always chuckle at in this show. And I feel like this would happen in real life, but that people in this type of situation would still all be like, oh, this can't be happening. But it'd be like, look around you. The impossible already is happening. Yeah. So I think anything could. But I think Donna does say one good thing, or a couple. Nobody really in this town has found anybody, and Fatima did. She found somebody she loves. Yeah, they're having a baby. Might not be the best time, but it's hope. That's how I looked at it. Where I know there is definitely fear and worry with Fatima, but I do see that as still somewhat hopeful, because in this hellish place that they're in, maybe something good can happen.
I'm just mad that no one realistically is like, I mean, they may later on down the line, but you can't chastise an adult, so I don't want to say chastise, but no one of them is like, nobody's bringing up like, yo, this wasn't the right time to do that.
She's doing that to herself right now. She doesn't need anything extra piling on her. She's very aware of what's happening, and that it's not a good thing. And this, with her saying it's medically impossible, now it just kind of opens the door. Like, is this a goal? Like, what's happening?
Well,
like, is this part of the experience to see if you could birth a child and raise it in this environment and what happens to that kid? Like, there's just too many things that are like playbook. Like, this is almost playbook.
Yeah.
At this
story-wise, I do think it means she's probably gonna die.
Well, if we're going with Donna, if we're going with the whole sort of hopeful thing, which I'm pretty sure that's what she was trying to convey, then I would hate to say that I think that the writing was a little bit one note, because there still should be some underlying indication of worry, not just straight happy. I know they're hoping,
Yeah.
but at the same, realistically though, if you were the leader in that situation, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you're gonna fake it, I guess, until you make it. Or maybe she is happy, but she's still under a lot of pressure, Donna. So that's another mouth to care for, another life to care for. I don't know. I'm thinking that the writing was a little
I
bit
know
one
y'all
note
ain't
then,
gonna type
if
in,
we're
but
gonna go
somebody
with that.
can fuck off in the comments.
Yeah. Do y'all feel like those two
What?
kids are connected to like one of those people in the town, like from like a long past or something? Maybe not Victor, but just someone else that they may not know about.
No, not you, media. You're fine. It wasn't you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jake. I was like,
There we
reading.
go.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
heard anything
Oh,
y'all
no, you're
just said
fine.
because I was about to cuss somebody out. This isn't
Oh,
my
yeah.
channel though, so
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It wasn't you, media.
Oh, wait,
Apparently, they were on our side.
I'm sorry, I missed what happened.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Somebody made a very ignorant comment. Whether it
Very.
was joking or not, it
Yeah.
was pretty fucking
Poor Jake.
ignorant.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
So it's been removed,
Okay.
and they were banned.
Oh, okay. We'll talk.
Not about
Yeah,
to
we'll talk
mess
about it
around
for
with
sure.
that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I see where you all are coming from though with Donna. Oh, but I love Donna's character so much, so it's very hard for me to.
Same.
But it could happen. But
Yeah.
we've got one
Okay.
final part. Oh,
Wait, before we
The
move on.
Antichrist.
Okay. This comment right here. I think this baby is going to be special. Okay,
Yeah.
if you remember in the opening scene, in the opening credits, there is a picture of a man and a woman. It's a brown-skinned woman and there's a light-skinned black male. And they're paired up and they're naked. This baby, I feel like, is going to be special.
okay.
I noticed
Okay.
it because it stood out this time. When
Yeah.
I saw it. It stood
I
out
feel
this
so
time.
bad
and
because
was
I
like,
skipped the opening credits. Now I need to go back.
There's a
You
lot.
gotta go
There's
back.
a lot of information in the
lot.
credits. You just can't connect.
You're not the
dots,
only
but This
one.
one
You're
stood
talking.
out. Like,
No,
I
I'm
agree.
good
So,
because
RJ,
I
I'm
hear
with
as soon
you.
as I hear my father said click next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People got on me
The
because they're
only
like, I
opening-
can't stand people who skip the Succession opening. I go, I do. Sorry, I heard it
Oh,
once.
I can't look. I do love the Succession and Game of Thrones too.
Nope, skip. Same thing with White Lotus. Skip.
I'm a skipper,
How dare
man. Get me to the meat. I'm to
Now,
the
here's the
story.
thing. I watched it the first time,
Yeah.
and then after that, no, because I got too much stuff to watch.
Yeah.
I got time.
Me
That's
too.
like
30,
3-4
40
minutes.
seconds. Nah, we got.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'll look their credits up. I'll check that out.
My
Boom.
guilty pleasure
Right
was
there,
The Walking
King.
Dead.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Okay, this could be
Yeah.
interesting to see how that
Okay.
plays out. Okay.
because I wrote down the garden when we got to at the end with Fatima. I was like, okay, is this like a garden?
Oh,
Good and evil type thing. Like, what kind of
Donna's the
experiment is
snake.
this?
In the Garden of Eden.
No.
I'm on board now. I'm on
Look,
board.
I'm just saying she's on. I'm just saying
Listen,
she's on the
she's-
list.
She's telling Eve she's encouraging it. Eat the fruit. Embrace
I
it.
mean, it is weird that I'm telling you, the reaction just does not seem.
It's hard
I'm
not
just
to.
saying.
I'm
can't
on
be-
board.
I feel like it's part of the objective. Like, this is what was supposed to
Alright.
happen, and they've
Can
been
they have a-
waiting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I
Alright,
would
alright.
agree. I have to agree with that because this time has passed by. I mean, there's been no clues. Well, I mean, there's not clues. It's just that there hasn't been a lot of answers that we've gotten, or there hasn't been a lot of progress that's been going forward.
Mhm.
So maybe like these other things were distractions for this one thing to happen. And I guess this is the one thing that's supposed to happen, while everything else is just like whatever at the moment. Could be
Yeah.
wrong, but I don't know.
I mean, it's just since the house fell, the rain, all that stuff. It's like things are happening that can be explained by those events. That rain making the leaves change on the tree, spoiling the harvest. What's a good way to throw people off? What's a good way to disrupt their life? Make them operate out of a place of scarcity and lack. That's what we're seeing.
All right. Okay. All right.
Oof.
It's not
Like
the
it.
monsters we should be afraid of. It's what's the dude, the stabby dude, Dale?
It's Dale and Randall. Look, here's the thing. I will tell you, no matter what, monsters, a demon, whatever, the worst thing in the world, people.
Yes.
They are the most unpredictable. And so that's why I think we're going to see some things unfold. But before we talk about that, I'll wrap up with, because this is where I think Elgin might finally start to remember. Julie and Elgin, they go for a little walk. He tells her about one of the monsters dead, but you can't tell people.
Big mouth.
However, he's still unsettled because there is something he's not remembering. So Julie kind of tells him a little trick, which made me think of sensory deprivation, which could, who knows, could help. So he decides to do it. First off, obviously he wants to try. This man getting in this bathtub in all his clothes.
Clothed.
I'm like, what? Look.
First of all, you know how nasty you have to be to take a bath in Colony House with no cleaning supplies? I know he didn't clean that tub out before he got in there.
Maybe that's why he kept his clothes on, because he was like, I heard what was happening here earlier. So.
Yep.
He said he don't take baths. He don't take baths anyway.
Yeah, you explain that.
He gets in there, and suddenly he hears the music. He sees the music box, and then there's this decrepit lady. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of laugh because it looked like something from Party City.
It did.
No disrespect. I'm just saying. And he was, or she was trying to drown him, and so I don't know if that's a vision from the past, and that's just kind of coming to light, or because that's how it ends, or if there is. I mean, I don't think it's something there that's doing that since they couldn't get in the house. So I feel like that's something part of his, memory, but it was very interesting. And that's where we leave it. And so with that, what did you all think?
I think it's a vision from the past, but I also think that it's him returning in this spirit or whatever it is, saying like, you shouldn't have come back.
Yeah.
I do think it's, I saw a photo of the ghost, and I saw a photo of Fatima had a similar shirt on. So I think it may be, I don't think these are necessarily literal. I think a lot of these visions are going to be symbolic, and they're going to have to interpret them.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Also, things going to be in cheese. Well, that's true. Who heralds the? Oh, usually we screaming. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Because when did Fatima get there? Like, do we know for a fact that she came with somebody? Like, does she have anyone that she came with that can vouch for how she got there?
I don't
think she had anyone that she came with. And I think she's been there for a year, right?
What if she's the plant?
Yeah. That could be why the conversation between Donna and her was so weird. That might have been, it might have had a double meaning that we just don't know about yet. So, I mean, this is what this show does really great. It does the whole Scream thing where you're suspecting everybody, and it gives you just enough to say, hold on, bitch. I'm watching you.
I'm watching you.
Like, I'm watching you. Because, again, when you think about, like, as the show starts to round out, there's like 5 people that I'm looking at like, I don't trust y'all. So, but this episode,
I think. Well, I'm hoping. I haven't seen the next 2 episodes. RJ, have you seen? Did you watch 8? You've seen all of them?
Yes, everything.
8, 9, and 10.
Everything but the finale.
Oh,
dang!
Y'all, I'm gonna be talking with RJ later because I like to be spoiled.
Yeah, it was great. I'll say this: if we need a season 3.
Okay.
It's just such a well done show.
So we get some answers.
Do you think we're going to get rushed through these next 3 episodes? Because I feel with this episode, it's setting up chaos. It's about to go bat shit crazy in this mug. So is it going to be like one of those things where it's just like crowded in the last 3 episodes? What are y'all thinking?
I think absolutely. I think it's going to be chaos. I think that you're starting to see factions form.
Oh damn! Faction war.
I mentioned that last time. I was like, it's giving Divergent. Like, what's going to happen when the food runs out? Dale's going to be the first to suggest cannibalism?
Yeah, he has that energy. I feel like the chaotic faction is going to be Randall, Dale, and Jade. They're going to lead the chaos. Jim's going to lead the people who are overthinkers. Donna's going to just get the stragglers. There's going to be some factions.
Yeah.
Well, someone said earlier, like they said this in the comment below. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it would be interesting to see the dynamic between Jade and Randall. Like, I want them to meet. I really do, and I guarantee you'll probably like Jade better compared to Randall.
Yeah, I can't rock with.
Oh
Randall,
yeah, no, I hate Randall more.
Yeah,
I like to hate on Jade just because I like to hate on Jade now. He's becoming more subdued, which is nice because I think he's being humbled, and I think that needed to happen.
Yeah,
he was quite sexy this episode. Like, did anybody was like, okay, when you're not being
Jade's always been sexy. Well, I don't know. You just
like in the interaction,
all the time.
Like the interaction.
Just
like help me with the disability.
And he was gorked out of his mind, handcuffed to the car, looking at Father Kadri, be like, "Oh, you're beautiful." I was like, "Oh, are we getting something here?" And we didn't.
Are we getting something?
Just ignore all the toxic shit.
But I will tell you though, like Jade's character, like there is actually Jade is starting to have some growth, which I will. Yeah, Randall was probably there on the set.
Randall was there.
Yeah, no, but Jade's character is having some actual like maturing, like he's becoming a better character. Yeah. So let's hope he doesn't F it up. Whereas,
yeah.
Don't mess it up, Jade.
Yeah, I'm finally.
I mean, it was nice of him to show that empathy. He showed empathy towards Tabitha, and I really appreciated that. It wasn't a moment of jokes. He was genuinely sorry for her loss. He's human.
The walls are coming down. The walls are coming down.
But I also think, Cam, I think those walls will only come down for certain people. I don't think that everybody's going to get to see that side of Jade. I feel like Tabitha and Jade are going to become really good friends, and they're going to have each other's backs, but I don't foresee everyone getting that from Jade.
Well, I think, is this the first time Jade's been able to talk to somebody about his visions? Like, in depth?
He tried to talk with Victor, but Victor just wasn't really...
Yeah, Victor was
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not Jade need a comb, though. No, he looked good with them curls.
He need a comb. He's looking a little mountainly.
All right, media.
Pretty hair.
But, yeah, I think it will... I do like seeing that he's becoming a better character, but I really do think that it's about to be World War III. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My what if theory. What if Smiley wakes up?
I like this game.
No, I don't want to see that. That
absolutely not. I do not
was enough to scare the shit out of me. I'm good.
That was enough right there, but I'd be mad.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do. I like when that first I can't. I don't know what I would do. I can't.
But I will say with that, I enjoyed this episode a lot, actually.
Me too.
Same.
I'm looking forward to see how it plays out, but I am bummed. Yeah, writer's strike, that's definitely going to set a lot of things back. So
you talk. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were part of this experiment because you haven't been here for the past 2 episodes. So I thought you were the mole, to be honest. But I don't think you are anymore. So I'm glad
he's on the list, giving information to the people running the experiment
because you've been missing out.
Oh my gosh!
But I mean, to be fair, you're not Jade, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes.
I mean, if I had hair like that, I'm sorry.
I know.
Yeah, I'd probably be an ass too. I was telling somebody the other day, somebody had 6-pack abs. I'm like, it's the power of abs.
Just ignore everything bad.
Exactly. But with that, this was a ton of fun. I can't wait to talk about the next one. And yeah, oh my goodness. I got caught off guard, me being part of the experiment. I can't do it. I didn't do good. No, I was actually really good in science.
Y'all been blaming everybody, so hey, now you know how it feels. Y'all want to blame Granny Goodness. Now your name is in the hat.
She ain't off
I don't mean to sound like I'm blaming everyone, but just kind of it's fun opening up your mind and just
the show makes you do it though. It's like Like I wasn't on board with Donna being the mole until like I forgot somebody said something. I was like, wait a minute, I feel like y'all right now.
I'm gonna give y'all some homework if y'all watching this. Go watch the movie Cube.
Oh, I love it. I haven't.
Yeah.
I
Hypercube.
think I've seen that.
I know exactly where you're going. I didn't want to
Yeah.
bring that up because I wasn't sure if people saw that, but it's definitely giving that experiment because of how those three movies all eventually wrap. I could see that. Victor would be, you know, the
Kardashian. What was his name? That guy.
Yeah.
The autistic who could do all
Yeah,
the
that would be
square
Victor.
roots.
Math,
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Wow.
So check it out. I
Check
think
it
we're
out,
gonna do a
y'all.
watch along this weekend actually for that because it's
I
the
mean,
bomb.
don't watch the
Check it out.
Japanese remake. And, hey, look, I love my people, but that remake was bad.
I love all things Japanese. I
She's
do.
gonna watch it.
I do.
Go watch
No,
it.
same. I mean,
And you'll change your mind.
Same.
That one wasn't very good.
but with that, this has been really fun, and well, I don't know. I'm terrible at ending things. RJ, I'm gonna let you take that one.
Sure. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a lot of fun breaking down episode 7, Belly of the Beast, with you all. Make sure you tune in here next week, same time, same place. With that being said, later days. Oh, wait, everybody's links in the description. All right, later days. Kind of bombed that one. All right, bye, y'all.